Welcome to Plain English, the podcast that goes at the right speed for English language learners. Listen now and read the transcript online at plainenglish.com. Now, here's Jeff, your host for today's episode.
The world's most expensive bottle of vodka was stolen from a bar in Copenhagen. Hi everyone, it's Jeff, and welcome to the new Monday edition of Plain English. Today is January 29th, 2018, and our main topic is the theft of a bottle of vodka valued at over $1 million. And in the second half of the program, we'll talk about what it means to get cold feet. And just a clue, it has nothing to do with temperature. Before we get into all that, though, I wanted to remind you that the transcript for this episode can be found for free at plainenglish.com/16. plainenglish.com/16. And like every episode, the transcript includes instant translations of difficult words and phrases from English to Spanish, Chinese, French, and new for this week, Portuguese. If it's hard for you to understand every word in the show, I really encourage you to read the transcript as you listen. It will help you associate the sound of each word with how it's written. And if you don't understand everything, then the translations on the website should help. You've heard of expensive bottles of wine, but vodka? What one collector called the world's most expensive bottle of vodka, said to be worth $1.3 million, was stolen and probably consumed. The bottle was created by a Latvian company called Darts Motors, which actually makes armored vehicles and is behind the vodka maker Russo Baltic. It was supposed to be a private collector's item and was owned by the founder of Darts, Leonard Yankelovich. The bottle was made of 13 pounds of gold and silver mixed together and featured a leather ribbon from a vintage Monte Carlo rally car. The diamond-encrusted cap was made to look like the front of a vintage car. It is the only bottle of its kind ever made. Unlike wine, which is usually valuable because of how the contents taste, this vodka was primarily valuable because of the bottle itself, though the actual vodka was supposedly made with melted snow from the French Alps. The famous bottle was on loan to Brian Ingberg, the owner of the bar Café 33 in Copenhagen, Denmark. The bar owner has amassed an impressive collection of liquor over the years, including over 1,000 bottles of vodka. A replica of the bottle made a cameo appearance in the Netflix show House of Cards. When the fictional Russian president toasts the show's U.S. president, played by Kevin Spacey, he used vodka that came from this bottle. On the show, they said the bottle was worth a mere $750,000. But in a scene that could have been from a movie, a completely disguised man broke into the Copenhagen cafe, searched for the bottle in the dark basement with a flashlight, took it off the shelf, and fled. This was all caught on the bar's surveillance video, and it seems that the thief entered the basement of the bar with a key. The BBC released footage of the theft. Brian Ingberg, the bar owner, said the bottle was a secret and that only a few people knew that it was in his cafe. For that reason, police think that the thief either worked at the cafe or heard about the bottle from an employee, and then somehow got a copy of the key. Right after the theft, the bar posted images of the bottle and the thief and asked the public to get involved. The crime made international headlines and drew heavy police attention. The police searched Copenhagen for days without any luck. Then, construction workers in an area north of Copenhagen discovered the bottle discarded in a construction site. Empty, of course. Fortunately, the actual bottle only suffered a small dent. The police are continuing to search for the thief and don't know if the vodka was poured out or if someone drank it. They examined the bottle for DNA, fingerprints, or other clues about the perpetrator. The bar owner thinks the thief got cold feet and placed the bottle in a place where it would definitely be found. Regardless, he said he's happy that the bottle has been recovered and that the vodka god saved us. Before we start on the second half of the program, I wanted to say hi and thank you to Lorena from Veracruz, Mexico. She is one of our most loyal listeners and promoters. She's been listening since the very beginning, and I'm positive that on her next trip to the United States, she'll be even more confident and know even more English than she knows now. So thanks to Lorena for listening every week. Today's expression is cold feet. This is a funny term because it has nothing to do with your feet getting cold. It actually means that someone gets nervous and has second thoughts or doubts about doing something that he or she had already decided to do. You remember the bar owner Brian Ingberg thinks that the person who stole the famous bottle of vodka got cold feet and wanted to return the bottle by placing it where he knew someone would find it. If that's true, then the thief had some doubts about whether he actually wanted to own this bottle. Instead of going through with his plan to either keep or try to sell the bottle, the thief got cold feet and returned it. One of the most common uses of cold feet has to do with marriage. People say it's normal for a man or woman to get cold feet right before a wedding. As the big day gets closer, or maybe even on the morning of the wedding, a bride or groom might start to feel nervous and doubt whether getting married is the right idea. In most cases, this is just normal nervousness that passes. Cold feet is more of a feeling than a decision or an action. You can get cold feet about getting married, but still say, I do. In that case, you might say that the groom got cold feet the day before, but got over his nervousness in time for the wedding ceremony. That's a wrap for this Monday edition of Plain English. I hope you like the new shorter episodes that come out every Monday and Thursday. I'd love to hear what you think about the show on Facebook or Twitter, where my username is Plain English Pod. If you speak Russian, you can write to me on Facebook or Twitter and tell me how badly I pronounced the name Leonard Yankelovich earlier in the show. Or if you want to go the old-fashioned route and send an email, I'm Jeff@plainenglish.com, Jeff@plainenglish.com. Thanks again for being in the audience, and we'll be back with a new episode on Thursday.